Okay, here we are at day 9, and today I want to talk about the marketing area. Tomorrow on day 10, we're going to finish up with contacts and just kind of do an overview. I want to talk a little bit about analytics. So let's go into marketing. So under here, there's a handful of different things, and we're going to go through them relatively quickly to give you an overview, but I do want to show you the power in these things. So you'll get, if you go down here in the center, it says get starting. You don't need everything ready to start building an audience, right? So here you can get started with a funnel, you can sell offers, you can, get to know your tools, learn some more about, the funnels, email broadcasts, sequences, forms, events, landing pages, and so forth, okay? But we're going to go through each of these. So if we go over here to email campaigns, now on email campaigns, you have really two different types of email campaigns. They're actually a sequence, which is really that campaign of sequential emails that go out, or a sequence. They don't have to actually be sequential. You can do one day, and then 2 days, and then 4 days, and then 1 day, and whatever you want to do, right? And then you can do a broadcast, and then you can do an event, right? So if I look at broadcast here, we don't have any broadcast out. Sequence, we've got a sequence with one email, a campaign with one email sequence in it, and under events, we don't have any event emails at all at this point in time. Okay, so if I go over here to create a new one, you can see here I can create a new email broadcast, I can create a new email sequence, or an email event, which is coming soon, which is going to be incredibly powerful because now you can attach emails to events that you create. And we're going to get to events here in a little bit. So let's go with email sequence first. So we're going to create an email sequence. We're going to call this again test 2 sequence. Okay. And then you pick a template. Okay. And I've got it in my main account. I've got a template already designed, and you can design your own. But some of these are really, really nice. I like this one here. If I'm just going to start, it's pretty much just basic text. I think there's another one down here that's simple text. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this one here. Get started. Title for this email, we'll just use this welcome and introduction, right? And create it. Okay. So now when you create the email, you're going to go through and first you're going to say, when is this happening, right? So I'm going to make this day 0, right? Because I want it to go out immediately. And then the subject, I would put, welcome and introduction, right? And then this preview text is a little bit of text that goes underneath it if you want to do that, okay? If you're good when you come back to this after we edit it, when you're good, you save it, and then you would say either send a test me email or save it as a template. But we're going to say save this, and we're going to go down here and make sure this is okay. And once that's okay, we're good to go, right? So the easiest way to do it is, here you can say launch the email editor, which takes you into here so that you can customize all this text, or I can go back here and do something with this button. In this case, I would probably hide the button or delete the button, save it. And again, here's an email. These double curly braces, we call them curly braces, that double curly braces, open curly braces, first underscore name, and then double curly close. Those are personalization or placeholders, and it will automatically replace that with the person's name that you're sending it to. You can also grab those. Let's say I wanted a space there, and I wanted to do their last name too. I'd click here, choose last name, and you see it does the same thing, but changes this variable in the inside, okay? But I normally don't send them their last name. I don't even collect the last name, okay? So then you would save this. You'd click on this save and close. It takes you back here. And then when you save it, you're done with this one. So now you would go back here, and here's if you wanted to add an automation, which is really cool because let's see there's a link in there. So I could add an automation. Email sequence is sent. then I could, I don't know, register them to an event, add a tag, do all kinds of things. But let's say instead of, I want to see if a sequence email is opened, right? If I had one, opens are no longer reliable because of some metrics and that. But we, let's say we want to test it. We want to make sure that, so then I could look if an email, a sequence email is opened, I can then add a tag to that person, maybe grant them an offer, do all kinds of things, right? So very, very powerful being able to add automations to these, and you can see that all the statistics involved. And if I want to add another one, I would just add another one. Let's say I'm going to use this template, get started. Email number 2. We'll make it real simple, okay? Create it. And on this one, we'll make this the next day. We'll save it. Subject is campaign email number 1, whatever we're going to do there. And if we go back here, we see now that we've got 2. Now, the cool thing about this that a lot of email campaigns don't let you do, or some of them don't. I know System.io doesn't let you do this, but in these emails, you've got a internal title and then the subject, right? So you want to make this internal title something that you know what it's all about, and then the subject you want to be that, use that hook. So those are the email campaigns. And then once you have them all set and they're out there, they're going and everything else, the thing you want to look at is this, how many have opened, how many have unsubscribed. If you've got a bunch of people that are just unsubscribing every time you send one, you might want to rethink things, okay? Now let's say I want to send a broadcast out. I'm going to do the same thing, except for now I'm going to click on email broadcast, continue. I'm going to choose my template, get started. I'm going to say test broadcast, and it's going to take me to the editor. I'm going to do the same thing, except for I don't have to say when this is going to go out yet, but I do want to pick my context. If I just want all my contacts, then I just leave it as all my contacts. If I wanted to make a custom segment, then I could go here and I could pick a filter, let's say people that have a certain tag, right? And I don't have any tags in this account. But let's say they had a certain, I wanted to pick a certain tag. I can pick a certain tag. I can do however I want to segment it. And then once I create, let's say I want to, is a customer, and yes, I'm going to apply that. And if I want to save that, okay, no recipients were found, okay, so I can do a save and continue. But if I wanted to, under select these recipients, I could save, if there were some recipients found, I could save this segment. And that way I don't have to keep recreating it, okay? So again, I'm going to put the subject in here, new Christmas offer, okay? Some preview text, edit the content down here, and then I can say save and continue, and it's going to take me to schedule, okay? I can't do it because I don't have any recipients, but it would give me the option to schedule it or send it right now, okay? So that would happen here. So I can save it and edit it later, and then I've got this test broadcast that I can do. Now, in the future, when you click new, you're going to have the ability to do these event emails. That is not available yet, okay? And again, once you set up your test broadcast, you're going to want to continue to monitor the stats and how many people are opening and so forth, okay? Funnels we've talked about before, but here's where you would create a new funnel. And you can create a new funnel by using any of these templates, right? Let's say I want to do a Zoom webinar. One of the cool things it does is if I click show me how, it's going to tell you that it's going to create a registration, a confirmation, 4 emails, 1 event, 5 emails, sales page, and a checkout, right? And then there's a little video here from the founder telling you how that all works. And then if you say create this funnel, name the funnel, test funnel, paste the link. Let's say I want to use this Zoom link. I want to maybe make it webinar start time. I can again go in here and I can say it's going to start on Thursday at 10 a.m. Pick a time zone. I am in Pacific time, and an offer that goes with it, my test course. Okay, and then it's going to create this funnel. And the cool part about it, it's going to put everything together for you. Okay, so it created the registration page, the emails. This is the calendar for reminder emails for 5 follow-up emails, confirmation page, sales page, and the offer checkout. Okay, because it's a Zoom, you'll do the actual webinar on the Zoom, but here's a confirmation page, and then afterwards the sales page. You can see here it says after webinar has concluded and the event is over, users will be sent an automatic email with a link to this page, reiterate a few of the most valuable points and so forth. Okay, and then if you want to customize any of these, you just click on the one. Let's say I want to do the registration page. I would just go here, click on registration page. It comes up, and it's just like all the rest of the editors. I would click on an area. The only difference is it's over here because you've got this kind of content list over here that you can check from. So I can go to my test funnel, whatever I want to do. Okay. So that's the short version of what a funnel is. Now, again, we went through funnels like under website, because when you go to website and you go to pages, you'll notice now that that funnel is there. Okay. And if I go to test funnel, I can see those sales pages, the sales page, the confirmation page, and the registration page, right? So I can edit them there too. Automations. Here's where I've got all my automations. So you remember that we had one for that got set up for the test funnel. We got one for the email a sequence. If I want to create a new one, I can create another one when, let's say, maybe a tag is added. Okay, and I select the tag. I don't have a tag, so I'm going to create a new one. Test tag, and then I want to register to an event. Okay, and I would, if I had an event under the test funnel, I would register to that event, and that would show up here. So you can do automations all over the place. You can do them on forms, you can do them on emails, you can do them on funnels, you can do them here on automations. All kinds of different ways you can do it. Very, very powerful. I will, in the near future here, have just specific emails or videos on each of these individual in more depth, but I wanted these to be an overview, okay? So then we go to events, and here's where you can create a new event, and the title of the event is New Event. I tell when this event is going to happen. It's going to be on, let's say, New Year's Eve, okay, at 10 p.m. I can apply that Pacific time. If it's a repeating event, I save it. It now becomes a list in our events, and I can go in there and modify it. No actions before event, no actions after the event, and I can change it. Registrations, anybody that registers for it, I'll have a list of them there. I can add an email for it. Automations. Again, add an automation. Event is registered to new event, and then because I'm in the event, it fills all that out for me. Okay. Forms. This is where you create the forms that you can then embed in your test, your landing pages, and your funnels, all of that stuff, right? And you'll notice that when we go back here to forms, here's that test funnel form. It automatically created that for me, so it created it here. And I would go in and modify it because I don't want double opt-in. I want single opt-in. Okay. If I wanted to add some more form fields, I could. Let's say I wanted to add maybe phone number to this. Okay, so now I've got phone number. I can move these around wherever I might want them, all kinds of things. Again, add some more automations, and then I just go up and save it. The other thing that you can do here that's really important is send a notification. So with every form I create, I click here to send a notification. I add my email, and then I save that so that anytime anybody opts into a form that I have, I get an email. Okay, so you can do all kinds of different things with these forms, and once you create the form, you can make a application out of it if you wanted to add all the different input fields on it, right? So you can add different form fields. You can create custom ones. You can make this very, very elaborate if you wanted to. But typically, you're going to use it for their name. If you wanted to do first name, last name, you could, again, I don't know if that's one of the fields you could, but you could probably add two of these and name, when you edit it, name this first name. So in this case, I'm going to name this first name, and then I could add another one and make it last name, right? So I could click first and last name. So that's the marketing area, and I hope this kind of gives you an idea of how much power is involved, especially with the email campaigns and the automations. Those are huge in my opinion. So always, again, don't forget to save your work before you leave what you're doing to make sure that you don't lose all the work that you've done. And I will see you on the next one. Day 10 is going to be contacts, analytics, and wrap up.